Okay, let's go over this Trinity from Love Island inspired makeup. Y'all have been asking, so here is my tutorial on how to turn yourself into the queen of the villa, aka Miss Trinity. I don't know what kind of primer she uses on the villa, but I hope she's using something as good and strong as the Nessa Myricks because I know that Fiji heat don't play. Okay, I'm just gonna start off by saying that today's is just not gonna be as tea as last time I did this because I don't have lashes. I should have checked that I had lashes before I started, but I realized I don't, but we're ready on the process, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, so she like fills in her eyebrows. I'm not gonna even play with y'all. I'm not gonna do that because I have rules about my eyebrows, and number one thing is I don't play in them. I don't like to do too much because eyebrows are such a slippery slope to looking crazy. But like I'll master it one day, but for now, I leave them alone. Just brush some because it makes it look more full, more thick. It works. However, I am going to carve out my eyebrows because she be doing that. So you're just going to go underneath your brows. Oh, yeah. Like so, like so, like so. Something really important here is that you can take the extra concealer and bring it down to your eyelids too a little bit. So don't worry about that. And then the top will get blended out when you have foundation. So don't be scared. I'm honestly gonna do a base pretty similar to the base I already do. You can use whatever foundation, whatever you like. I'm using the MPH foundation because I started using it recently and I just think it's super tea, super swag, and I really like it. Like, look at that blend. Okay, I'm gonna go and put concealer in. Honestly, where I already normally put concealer, but I'm gonna do underneath my eyes and this kind of upside down triangle. Gonna put it right here. Okay, so here's the thing. You could non-tour your nose, which like put concealer and then that would basically create the contour. I'm gonna put concealer in the middle nose and I'm gonna actually contour too, but I like to do the contour first and then do the concealer blend it out, so that's what we're gonna do. Also gonna put a bit of concealer here, a bit of concealer here, and I'm actually gonna put a bit of concealer below where I would contour bronzer my face to really carve out my cheekbones because I feel like she has this kind of snatch look. Okay, so I'm gonna use this really dark contour from Fenty. I don't use that often unless I want to have like the sharpest features ever because as you can see it's very sharp. You see what I'm saying? The shadow I'm gonna create is gonna be very sharp, but I'm gonna put bronzer on top of it after. Last time I did it, my nose was my hardest part for me, so that's why I'm just getting started now because I know it's about to be an uphill battle. Okay, bronzer also really important because I'm using bronzer in place of using contour, and I'm just gonna put it above right here, above right here. I'm gonna start putting on the side. This is the Rode bronzer in Plunge. I have yet to use this shade yet. I've done a review on Anklet. This is my first day using Plunge, so I'm excited. I like how deep it is, very deep, but still kind of warm. Oh, and Trinity doesn't, I feel like she doesn't really do much eyeshadow, mostly probably because she has those lashes, so I'm just gonna put some bronzer on my eye and blend that out. Okay, pay attention to my placements, okay? Okay, this is what we're dealing with right now. Let's blend it out. Okay, I always blend out like my bronzer or my contour first because I want my concealer to get a little tacky before I blend that out. Okay, for more coverage. Y'all, I almost forgot this is a group project, so you go ahead and you blend out your concealer now. I am using what is this thing called? A puffball? Y'all, I'm tired, y'all. I forgot. You know what this is. You know what this is. A sponge. Girl, comment this. Why? I know I'm gonna remember by the time I post this, but dang, why I forget this? I am gonna take my concealer up to my temples because again, it creates this kind of like lifted face, and we're trying to lift that face. Okay. Also, I know you can tell that my nose contour has a lot going on. Don't worry, we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna take my concealer and I'm gonna make a little line down my nose, okay? Then I'm going to add more contour to each side. I'm going to blend out the contour, and then we're going to blend out the concealer. And by contour, I meant bronzer, because I just feel like the shade is deep enough and warm enough that I'll use this instead right now. I put a lot, but we're going to work with that. Don't worry, don't fret. Edge of this, what, powder puff girl? Girl, I don't know what this is called. I like really cannot remember. Beauty blender, beauty blender, beauty blender. Okay, we're somewhere, we're somewhere. We're somewhere, we're in a place, we're gonna move on to blush and we're gonna come back to nose later. Oh, because y'all thought this was easy. No, no. So I would actually normally put my blush way closer to my eyes than Trinity does, but hers is low-key kind of below. So I'm gonna start off with this Coming in Hot e.l.f. pink blush. And we're just gonna start from here. And her blush is more so like down right before her bronzer, up here. Like it's a lot lower than like where people typically place their blush. And I think it's because like it like elongates her face and I kind of like it. It's definitely a look. Okay, then we're gonna take my Rare Beauty blush in Resilience and we're gonna put that more towards my apple. And we're gonna take a concealer that's even lighter than my other concealer. Put it right under our eye. I do try to use a brush for the first part of this, but then I low-key always get impatient and end up getting that beauty blender back. So let's see. Cause I be getting impatient. Yeah, take a little bronzer, put it on the back of my hand, not directly on my nose. And then I just once again try to bronze it up. This is where I come to acceptance. Okay? My nose, it's contoured well enough. It does not need to be perfect. You have to accept this sometimes because then you can overdo it and really ruin this look. So we're gonna stop here. Okay, for my blush cocktail, now I'm gonna put on top of it this Rare Beauty blush in the shade Truth. Sparkly Fun blush. And I feel like this is like actually very Trinity. Very Trinity, very cute. I'm gonna focus right here at the apple of my cheeks. Okay, let's get a little seamless over here. So we're gonna add in some powder. I'm using Ube Birthday Cake. I feel like this purple like powder is like just a game changer for especially dark skin. Powder on everywhere, put concealer. Call me a baker because I'm gonna let this all bake for a minute because again, if I was on Fiji, powdered up. During this time, I'm gonna put on mascara and I'm gonna put on a lot of it, especially because I'm not wearing lashes. Again, lashes is like key to this look. So if you want to achieve the look for real, you need to be wearing lashes. Also, even when you're wearing lashes, make sure you put mascara on your bottom lashes because she does in its tea. I'm gonna take some highlight and I'm gonna put it on the whole bridge of my nose because I feel like that's what she'd be doing. Then I'm also gonna put some down here, like a little cupid bow. A lot. I did a lot. I did the most. We're gonna now put some powder over my lips. This is like what I like to do before I wanna add some liner to them so it stays warm. Trinity does like a dark lip liner, so I'm gonna do the Makeup Forever in Dimensional Dark Brown and line my lips. Then I feel like she kind of does a pink lip, so we're gonna go with my Tower 28 Pistachio. Okay, and let's go in with my one size powder melt to just melt down all these powders. Lately, I've been loving to fan myself to like help my makeup dry down faster because I'm impatient. Okay, this is my final take on Trinity's makeup. And I feel like it eats, it eats. I kind of like it the first time I did it. Again, it's the lashes, dude. The lashes just takes it to a different level. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this giving Trinity? What y'all think? Let me know.